Time for fall cleanup. But I said something about there's junk all over this. Time for fall cleanup. This whole summer, this back porch has been this fast pass through from the back door of the house to the screen door to get out of here because it is so hot. It's a hot day today, but it's cool enough to work out here. I made a comment in one of my videos, although I think I ended up editing the video, and then that comment ended up not being in it. But I said something about there's junk all over this table. It's not necessarily junk. It just doesn't belong here. It's got a place. And right now, because we just run through and run back and run through and run back because it is so hot, things have just been being just thrown on the table, thrown on the table, thrown on the table. So I got 3 totes yesterday at Walmart. Hold on. So I picked up 3 totes yesterday at Walmart. I'm going to put all the fairy garden stuff in it because you guys know the fairy garden is going to be on the deck now. I've already decided I don't want it out in the yard. I don't want to have the upkeep of having it out in the yard. It just makes my day longer and things I have to do if I have it out in the yard, like constantly doing stuff. So if I have it on the deck, it just makes it that much easier to take care of. But it won't be on the deck until I get the extension, until the deck is extended out. So hopefully in the next few months that'll be done. So until then, all the fairy stuff that's just sort of like in boxes, hold on, I'll show y'all. Like these boxes, it's fairy stuff. See, it's just cardboard boxes with smaller boxes of things all in them. And it just becomes, it does become junky looking. Even though that's good stuff in them boxes and it's for the fairy garden, it becomes not pleasant to see. It's just too much. And the same way with over here. See, like I did use a tote for this stuff, but it was not big enough, so everything is sticking out. Plus things are sitting on top. Same with this. This has got some egg cartons and stuff on top of it, but that's all fairy stuff there too. So I bought 3 big totes. I'm going to put everything in them and stack them neatly against this wall. The chairs that go to the living room, to the dining room table that are not being used right now, there's actually 3 of them. I'm going to take them to the camper because that's where I keep good furniture that's not being used, and we might need it again one day because all the other chairs are, they match. This is a match. All of my chairs match. I bought them after the fire when we got the new house, and I wanted matching chairs, and I wanted them to be the thatched bottoms. But Dad and Daniel are sort of rough on chairs, and so these are the 3 that tend to give a little bit more movement and rock because they've been used by the big guys. So I'm going to take them to the camper until I need them, and then when that day ever comes, I'll do some repairs and some glue and some, get everything tightened back up. But for right now, they're going to the camper. I'm going to have Levi do that. That's supposed to be the vanity cabinet for the bathroom when we get that finally done. So for right now, I may just take that to my work too. Not the workshop where I do the work, but to the storage shop. The one with all the lumber and everything that I store. Or I might can put it against this wall with the tote standing on it so it's still here. I'll see about that. That stuff needs to go to the garbage. There's boxes over there to go to the dumpster. And then all of the fairy stuff will be put in the totes and the lids will go on them, and it'll be neat and nice and out of the way until I'm ready to use them and they can't get hurt or damaged or anything. And then this bag of dog food needs to go in a can. This bag of cat food needs to go in that can. The dog food can is right here. Anyway, I'm going to be working out here today before it gets too hot and I can't take it no more. And then we'll see a cleaned porch. I got it done. It's as good as it can be done right now because I've got some things I want to do out here and it's still just too hot. There's that other cooler, that styrofoam from Omaha Steaks. The other one is underneath the table, if y'all can see it right there. Need to go put them off on in the workshop to stack somewhere neatly out of the way. I've got all the fairy stuff in these 3 totes until I get my fairy gardens built. And this is like lights and things that I was sent, hanging things, like they're all light, something to do with lights. You know, they're just lights, outside lights, solar lights, hanging lights, things like that. And then I pulled this tote over here and put all the feed and the ant killer. None of those bags, none of that has been opened. And there's one bag of ant stuff, but it's Ziploc closed. But I haven't taken that stuff. I haven't taken the ant stuff to the shop, and I haven't taken the goat treats and molly treats to the feed room yet. Anyway, but I put it all in that tote to get it out of the way. And like I said, nothing's been open, so there's no smells transferring into other things. Everything's safe. But what I want to do in here is take this couch out of here. I thought about it last winter and I never did it. This whole corner over here needs to be cleaned out, and I haven't done a whole lot here. This is the stool that matches the stool in my house to my table. I didn't want 2 stools in the house. I wanted chairs on, you know how I have it. When you walk in the front door, you see a stool, but on the back side of the table, you see the tops of the chairs. That's what I wanted when I thought about this being the dining room when I first got this house, that room right there. But both stools were salvaged from the fire. They did not burn. They did, I think I've showed it in other videos, but you can see this is very dark. It's not over here, it's not so dark. You can't see in this room. It's too dark in this corner. But you can see where the smoke and the fire was just starting to get to it, but it didn't burn the wood, so I salvaged them. And at Thanksgiving, when I set out that second table, I will use the stool. So it's really hard for me to put it anywhere else because I don't want it damaged and stuff. So I feel like sitting here on the porch, a little out of the way, it's okay. But I really want to open this up more. And I was thinking about taking this couch out, just getting rid of it, taking the love seat and turning it long ways in the room, facing the TV and the fireplace, and taking this chair and sitting at cattywampus right there where the love seat sits now, and try to just sort of open this up a little bit more. I just think it would be better. Because this stool sits here, that love seat doesn't usually sit in front of, see how it's like the arm of it is in front of the fireplace? That's not normally how it sits. In fact, I had this stool for a while at the end of this table running this way, but it stuck way out into the room. It stuck somewhere like around here, and I was constantly bumping it when I would come from that refrigerator over there. So I don't know. I need to revamp some of it, but at least it's clean now, and I don't feel like it's like I was walking through here with blinders. Yes, it was hot. It was hot coming through here during the summer, and even now, even right now, standing in front of this fan right here, and I'm cool. But if I walk anywhere, I can feel the sweat on my back. It's just sweaty. Had TV going while I worked out here, but I got it all clean. I've got it squared away. I got the screens swept down, all the leaves and everything that's just sort of has accumulated over time. That is Rosie's outside cage. Sometimes I bring her, well, when it's cool, I would bring her and set her here on the porch, here on the table. I tried her out there one time, but that big gray tomcat, that wild one, jumped up and tried to grab her, and it knocked her sideways. So she didn't fall, and the cage didn't break apart, and she didn't come out, and she didn't get hurt. But I thought, okay, I can't do that. None of my cats that raised, that all the kittens that are now living outside I raised in the house, they don't they never bothered her out there. They don't really tend to bother her too much in the house. But the wild ones that are not, you know, that was like a, look at her looking at me right there. Can y'all see her? You're not sneaking in here when I open this door. No, ma'am, you're not. You're not. So anyway, what I started doing was just sitting her here on the table when it's cool. Not cold, but cool enough that she can be out and not get too hot. And she can hear the birds and she can, you know, talks with them and stuff. It's really cute. But anyway, that's the table that will eventually be in my half bath. It's got everything stacked on it. So at some point, all of it's got to get done. So all this goes away. And then this will be more opened up when I get rid of this big table. And then all of this stuff over here, where there's a garbage bag that goes to the garbage. But this tote is tools that I've used different places and they've just been sat. So everything's in that tote needs to go to that workroom. And when it gets cool, that workroom will get cleaned out. Oh my gosh, it's just, I tell you, if you don't stay on top of it, it can be overwhelming. When I do a little project and then all of a sudden everything's sitting on the table because I plan to take it back and then I don't, and then other things get sat, and then other things, they say, you know, the table's full of junk. You don't even know what's there. But it's clean now. I can walk through here without blinders on, so I don't pretending I don't see it. And as soon as we get like a really fall, cool, crispy day, I will come out here and start working my way that way to that shop. And when I get this doorway and all this cleared out, then that couch is going to come out. And I'm just going to have the love seat for Levi to lay on when he's watching a movie, and my chair that I sit in when I'm watching a movie, because it's just too crowded. It's too crowded. It's been too crowded for a long time, but I'm going to do something about it this year because I didn't do it last year when I wanted to. All right. And did I ever show y'all this? This happened last summer. This was not even this summer. This happened last summer. I had 2 red candles sitting there. That's how hot it got. Those candles melted down. They're just melted wax sitting in those. I'm surprised it's not on the back of this. I bet it's all on the floor though, back behind this couch. But yeah, there was 2 pillars. They were like those 5-inch tall ones sitting there. They melted completely down. All right, I'm going in. I'm hot and I can't take it no more. Back, I can just feel sweat running down my back. I love you guys. God bless y'all, and I'll video some more with, like, that cushion that came, I don't even know where that came from, Lou's or Mom's or something. And then when I redid the out there, I didn't need that cushion and it got brought in here and sat. Anyway, everything's going to be cleaned up and vacuumed up and cleaned up, and then I can redo this room. But I'm not doing it now. It is just too hot. Too hot. So I'm going to push play on. Actually, I'm just going to turn this off because I'm done out here and go in. It's Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. You know, we've all seen it probably 1,000 times, but it's you know, I love the Mission Impossible movies. It was coming on, so I hit record on it. So if I don't watch it all night, I'll finish it another day. Sometimes those kind of movies are the ones that, like, when there's nothing else on, you can just go to that, because you can sort of be doing other things and still. So the whole time I was working out here, I was listening to it, and then when I would think something was interesting, I would stop and watch again. Anyway, I'm going to turn that off and go in the house. Love you guys. God bless y'all, and I'll see you later.